Hey guys, Matt with CJ Off-Road here. Now I've got Brad from JMS, and today we're going to be checking out a product that's going to fit your 07 to 18 JK Wrangler and really increase the pedal responsiveness. I've got the JMS PedalMAX in front of me. Brad, thanks for coming out. Can you tell me a little bit more about this product and how it's going to benefit a Jeep Wrangler owner?
Well, the JMS PedalMAX is the most advanced throttle controller that's available in the industry today. And it's basically designed to remove all the throttle lag, throttle delay out of the drive-by-wire system. The other added benefit is if you're using it on a turbocharged vehicle or a supercharged vehicle, it'll also eliminate any of the lag that you get from the turbo itself. So it's a complete plug-and-play product. It's warranty-friendly in that you can actually remove the product in anywhere from 5 minutes or less. Take your vehicle back in for warranty service. It doesn't leave a trace in the ECU, so no one will ever know that it's ever been installed.
See, that's really nice too, because a lot of people buying a new vehicle, they want to be able to take it back to stock. If they got an 18 JK, you know, you might be still doing some warranty things with that. Now, you did mention with the control module here that this is actually waterproof as well for a Jeep owner. So
yes, this is a 100% waterproof product. It uses a patented hot melt molding encapsulation process, and the connector that's used is actually, you can look and you can tell that it's got a blue seal in there to make it 100% waterproof. So this is what we call IP67 plus, and IP stands for ingress protection. So we do a lot of testing, particularly for off-road vehicles like a Jeep or even a Can-Am or a Polaris side-by-side, where they're always going to be exposed to the elements. The testing that we do, actually we submerge it in water.
Yeah.
Quite deep, 7.5 feet. We freeze it to 32 degrees below Celsius and we heat it up to 300 degrees above 0 Celsius. And that's done over the course of a 3-week process. The unit's fully powered the whole entire time, and it has to pass that test in order to be acceptable for a true OEM type of product.
Wow, that's crazy. So unless my Jeep's sitting underwater for 7 days at 7.5 foot below, I'm going to be pretty good with this as a daily driver.
Yeah, more than likely everything else in the vehicle will fail at 7.5 feet below water well before this will.
Absolutely. So I like this too. There's a control knob here. So can you tell me a little bit more about this and how it works 0 to 100? What does that actually control?
Well, the control knob, you set it at 0, and basically that's stock accelerator pedal.
Okay.
Crank it all the way up to 100%. That's the maximum acceleration or sensitivity that you're going to be able to get with the factory control system.
Yeah, so I've noticed with my JK, with the factory control module on it, if I push on that pedal, it kind of decides where it wants to open up the throttle body. It's not my input, the drive-by-wire basically decides it. So this is going to eliminate that and let me be in control of my vehicle.
Exactly, so you'll have infinite control on the fly,
okay,
which is another added benefit. There's no keypads or anything, no buttons to push. It's literally a knob that's just mounted on the dash, and you control it to whatever setting you want based on the road conditions, the driving conditions, whether you're on the highway, whether you're in town, whether you want real performance or you just like the stock setting.
That's awesome. So this is also completely plug and play. So what do you say we install it on my 2012 JK? I've got a supercharger, some other modifications. I think this is really going to help.
Sounds good. Let's give it a go and hot rod this beast.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we're in the interior of my 2012 JK Wrangler, and this is a really simple installation. The only piece of the dash you're gonna have to remove is gonna be the center section right underneath your steering wheel. That'll pull right off, then we're gonna use a 10mm socket to remove 2 bolts, then we have complete access to everything that we need to work with today. So let's get that pulled off and get started. Okay guys, so this dash panel, the only thing you have to do to pull it off is pull right up here at this section. They're held on by tabs, so we'll just get one good pull, and then we're gonna work our way around it to get both sides off. And then it'll swing downwards and you'll pull it right out. Now there's gonna be 2 10mm bolts that hold on this backing plate right underneath your steering wheel. Pull them both out. There's no nuts on the back side. They just thread right into the dash. So we're gonna get those pulled out. Make sure you hang on to that hardware. You're gonna reinstall this plate. Now to remove it, all you've gotta do is slide it upwards on both sides. And it's sitting in a groove, so get one side off, pull the other side up, then it'll just pop right out. And now we have complete access to everything we need to work with. If you guys can see on the camera here at the top of your accelerator pedal, there's going to be a connection. This is the only connection you have to remove and plug into the JMS PedalMAX. So let's go underneath and get that pulled off. If you get this off, you're gonna reach straight through and get it disconnected. For me, I'm gonna come up from underneath. So this is the first harness that we're going to work with when it comes to the JMS install. This connection is going to go into that PedalMAX control module, and then these two over here, this one's going to go onto your factory pedal connection, and this one's going to go onto that female end that you had going into your original pedal. This will basically counteract it and go into the PedalMAX and make all of that work. Now, as far as this connection goes down here, this is going to be for your control module. That'll go from 0 to 100. Now, if you don't want to plug a control module in, you can leave it just sitting like this, and you're going to have the PedalMAX set to 70% from the factory. However, with that being said, we're definitely going to hook up that control knob to give us on-the-fly adjustability. Let's get these all connected now, mount everything back there so we can see how this works. It's now time to mount the PedalMAX onto the inside of our frame for that dash. What I've done is attached a little bit of 3M to the back of it. I'm just gonna reach up under. We're just gonna attach it right here. Now, when you connect the harness to the control pack, you wanna hear a nice tight click. After you have that connection made into the control module, we're gonna plug this into our factory connection here. Listen for a click as well. Then we're gonna get this attached to our factory accelerator pedal right over here. Same thing with that, push down the red tab. Then we get this zip tied into place to make sure it doesn't go onto our pedal. Then we'll get a control module mounted onto the dash. Last thing to do after you make all the connections under the dash is figure out a good spot to mount your control knob. Now, personally, I'm gonna put it right to the left side of my steering wheel. We have a clean access point to it, and I can adjust it on the fly when I'm off-roading or on the highway. 3M piece of tape on the back will simply adhere right here, clean it up with some alcohol. Let's stick it on, and that'll finish our install. All right, Brad, well, I just wrapped up the install of the PedalMAX on the 2012, and let me be honest, it probably, if we weren't on camera, would have taken me about 5 minutes to install this. You have to remove that little plate, and you go right in there. It's just a plug and play, super simple connections. So I'm extremely happy with it. I want to hop in and try it, but can you give me some more features of why someone in the Jeep world would want something like this on their Jeep?
Well, just simply better acceleration, less throttle delay, but the most common upgrade for Jeeps is, of course, bigger wheels and tires. You put bigger, heavier wheels and you put larger diameter tires on there. That makes the throttle delay even worse. So the biggest advantage is going to be you can do whatever you want to do to the vehicle modification-wise, lift it, big tires, big wheels, and basically this will allow you to compensate for that.
Absolutely, yeah. With mine, I'm running 40-inch tires too, so I'm sure there's some power loss in the accelerator and stuff when it comes to that. But I want to hop in this thing, and I'm just going to go to 2,000 RPM and see what that knob will do. So if you want to help me out, we'll just see what it does.
That's a great way to test it.
Okay, we'll start her up. Make sure the pedal works. Barely any response. It's set to 0. So I'll hold it at 2,000 RPM. Yeah, pretty instant. I didn't move my foot on the pedal, and just by turning that up, it was...
Yep.
So this is a regular rev set at 0. About 3,000 RPM. Now we'll turn it to 100. Much quicker, absolutely. I think it's really going to help with the boosted application that I have on here too. So that was, you could feel it right away.
Yeah, and you can tell right away it revs much quicker.
Very quick, yeah. Well, that was pretty neat, Brad, to see it actually work in person too. I had it to like 2,500 RPM, and as soon as I turned that knob, it was like instantaneous. I had more power, so that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be great. Highway off-road applications is going to be excellent in this Jeep, and this is going to fit all 07 to 18 JKs too. So if you've got an older Jeep with a 3.8 liter, you've put some bigger tires on it, you know, added a winch, more weight, this is going to really improve your drivability. If you guys are looking to add a JMS PedalMAX to your Jeep Wrangler or many other vehicles, be sure to check them out right here at cjponyparts.com.